All right, you're hearing it today on this channel. What type of real estate makes the most money? I'm going to break down several types of real estate investing, in my opinion, to show you which one makes the most money. All right, you're probably watching this video because you're thinking about getting started in real estate. You want to know, obviously, which one do I go to first? I want to make the most amount of money. I'm going to show you several different types of real estate, and hang out there with me until the very end. I'm going to show you one you probably never thought of, one that there's virtually no competition in, that will make you an absolute massive fortune. All right, let's get into the first one that we all know about. That, in my opinion, they downright suck. These are called rental properties. I hate rental properties, but I still buy them. There's a reason why I buy them, because I got to park the cash somewhere. Literally, I need write-offs for depreciation, because the ultimate favorite strategy I'm going to tell you about at the very end requires me to need write-offs so I can actually write off some of this money so I'm not paying such a huge tax bill. But rental properties is one way to make money in real estate. You buy the property at a great price. You got to figure in the price that your tenant's going to pay and what your mortgage is going to cost you, and then build that in. But I've bought several rental properties that on average cash flow anywhere from $300 a month. That's net positive cash flow. That's after the mortgage payment is paid. So if we're looking at $1,000 a month from the tenant and I'm paying $800 a month in the mortgage, that is only $200 a month in net payments coming into my pocket. Now granted, after 10 months, I've got $2,000 net positive cash flow. Well, I've found that every 10 to 12 months, something breaks on my rental property and I've got to pay someone to go and fix it. So I'm not really making a lot of money on rental properties. Next, let's talk about wholesaling real estate contracts or wholesaling properties. This, in my opinion, is awesome. You can bring in a crazy amount of money very quickly doing this. So what is wholesaling real estate? It's basically getting a contract for a piece of property, whether it be land or a house or multifamily. I'm getting that property under contract for, say, $100,000. It's worth $175,000, and I'm going to find a cash buyer that's willing to pay me $120,000 for this $175,000 asset. So I've got it under contract for $100. I find a cash buyer for $120. I keep the difference between $100 and $120. That is a $20,000 bump in my pocket of profit right away. And you can rinse and repeat this. This is no money out of your pocket. You're not purchasing the land. Really, the biggest expense is finding the sellers and finding the buyers. This is a way to make an absolute fortune in real estate. And it's one way that many people get started. You know, it doesn't take any money or any credit. Really, you can build a business from nothing doing this. So I really recommend wholesaling for making a bunch of money in real estate. You know, you could wholesale land or houses or multifamily, but you can really build a business, an operation, a rinse and repeat. I call it a rinse and repeat scaling technique by finding people to help you with this, a team, hiring a team. Because you show me any business owner that works this alone and does this on their own, you're gonna get bored. It's gonna turn into like a mundane job. You don't wanna start a business to turn it into a job. So hire a team, bring on a team to help you continuously rinse and repeat, where you can do multiple of these wholesale contracts, you know, a month, sometimes multiple in a week. I have a team that they're amazing. I have 2 acquisition managers that help me do this. They are incredible at buying properties, land and houses and multifamily at absolute discounts. And we turn around and sell these contracts to our cash buyers. Now we've had the opportunity, the fortune to basically building this cash buyers list up to 11,000 cash buyers, but we started with one. It started with me as the acquisition manager and then one cash buyer, and then just continuously built it and built it and built it with a team that was better at this than I am. I do what I do best and I contract out the rest, and I get help to actually build the business. So that's wholesaling contracts, wholesaling houses, or in other words, is assignment of contract. All right, next, let's talk about another strategy called wholetailing. W-H-O-L-E tailing, wholetailing, not wholesaling, but wholetailing. Wholetailing is where you get a property under contract, you buy that property, and it needs little to no work. Or it might need a lot of work, but all you do is list that property on the multiple listing service with a realtor or, you know, a discount broker, you name it. What's a discount broker? A discount broker is someone that will throw your property on the MLS for like $800. There's companies called List with Freedom. They work for me in Florida. It's amazing. It costs like $300 to put your property on the MLS, and then you only have to pay the buyer's agent 2.5%, 2%, 3%. I recommend paying 3% because sometimes buyer's agents will see that you're paying less than the 3%, and they might bring their buyer to another property because they can get a 0.5% more. Because remember, real estate agents don't get into the business because they want to parade people around and drive them all over the place and show them 20 houses. No, they want to make good money doing it. So that extra 0.5% on $100,000 really adds up after a while. So I recommend offering the 3% if you're going to go to the discount broker route. So going back to wholetailing, what is wholetailing? Basically, I bought a piece of property, I bought a piece of land, I bought a house, I bought a triplex, and I did nothing to it. Sometimes maybe I clean it. That's about the maximum. And then you put it right on the MLS for a buyer to come in and buy it. Now, sometimes there's some strategies with wholetailing where you might want to make it lendable. It might need a paint job. It might need to where you have to go in and finish installing the bathroom and the kitchen. That way they can get a VA loan or an FHA loan. Conventional loans, they're not as worried about the functionality of the houses, but the FHA and the VA loans, all mechanicals need to work. All right, next I'm going to get into a very profitable strategy, but this strategy takes a lot more cash flow and a lot more cash reserves. But before I do, go ahead and hit the like button on this video. And also, if you're feeling a little like extra giving, we're coming into Thanksgiving, hit that subscribe button too. Hit the like and the subscribe button if you really feel like giving a lot today. All right, next, a very profitable strategy, but takes a little bit more cash reserves, a little bit more buffer. You want to plan for the longer run, but that is buying the property, buying the house, fixing it up, and putting it on the MLS with a real estate agent. We've all seen this on HGTV. We take the dirty old cat pee house and we renovate it. We rip out all the walls. We open it up. We put new carpet, new kitchens, new bathroom. Buyers love new kitchens and bathrooms. And once I heard an old time cash buyer, when you open the house up by making it open span, buyers open up their wallets. So I always remember that. I will try and knock out walls. I try and make the kitchens look bigger, the bedrooms look bigger, the bathrooms look bigger. And sometimes like a light color paint will do the trick. But one strategy, one technique that you don't really need as much in a seller's market, but that is staging homes. Staging homes on a light staging gives buyers, gives women, gives men the idea of where the couch is going to go, where the beds are going to go, where the TV is going to go, where he's going to watch the football game, things like that. You want to paint a picture in people's mind. But that's a strategy. Buying, fixing, and flipping is going to take a lot more cash reserves, but it's way, way powerful as far as the profits that you can make from it. All right, and then there's Airbnbs. Airbnbs can make you money as long as you do it correctly, as long as you have the right management, the right cleaning crew. This allows you to buy properties in dream locations that you want to go on vacation. It allows you to buy that home in the Bahamas or Mexico or the Keys or Lake Placid, Florida, you name it, and it allows other people, your guests, to pay for it, whether it be on VRBO, Verbo, Airbnb, short vacation rentals. These things are highly powerful. I have a friend that has 3 of these Airbnbs, and it literally funds his lifestyle. He's currently living in Brazil right now. He doesn't work. He lives off 3 Airbnbs. And then there's office buildings. I have personal experience with this. We ended up buying an office building a couple years ago, and we turned it into a co-working and shared space, and it was a total big fat failure. This property's been sitting vacant for 1.5 years. No one's rented it. It has cost me a tremendous amount of money, but it's been a wonderful tax write-off. So that's one probably that's made me the least amount of money, but I wanted to throw it in there before I gave you the holy grail of the way to make the absolute most amount of money, and I call it my passive income machine, and that is by buying and selling vacant raw land. And you're probably thinking, holy cow, vacant raw land. Like, I drive by vacant raw land all the time. I had no idea how to make money with it. Well, let me tell you, that's exactly why there's virtually no competition in vacant raw land. I buy land at crazy massive discounts, 20, 30, 40 cents on the dollar, and I turn around and flip it for cash to a developer, a builder, or someone that just wants to buy that property and maybe build their one day maybe dream home or their cabin. And here's how I do it. If the land is worth, say, 20 or 30,000, if the land's worth 30,000, I'm going to pay about $10,000 for the land, and then I'm going to seller finance it to someone on payments, monthly, easy, affordable payments. But I'm going to sell it to that person for $30,000 at 9% interest. I bought it for $10,000. And I got a $5,000 down payment. So I'm getting most of my money out of it, and I'm getting $500 a month. In 10 months, I now have 100% of my money out of this deal, and now I'm getting $500 a month for the next 60 months, 72 months, 5, 7, sometimes 30 years. And by doing this, you can rinse and repeat this, and you can have an absolute fortune built up in cash flow of passive income to where it equals 20, 30, $40,000 a month. And you can continuously do this because other people want to lend you money at 4 or 5% interest. Let me do an example for you. So I bought that piece of land at $10,000. If I use my mother-in-law that's loaning me the money at 6% interest, and then I sell it to the gentleman down the street that wants to pay retail price for the land, but I'm making it so easy for them to make payments, they don't care what they're paying. They only care that they can afford that monthly payment. So I'm borrowing the money from my mother-in-law at 6% interest on $10,000 at 6% interest, and I'm selling the land to Johnny for $30,000 at 9% interest. How many of these deals can I do? I'm eventually going to run out of lenders. I can borrow money at 6% and lend it out at 9% and then just continuously rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat. This is how I was able to quit my job, to leave the military. And guys, if you're interested in building a passive income business just like this, check out thelandsharks.com. This is a business that there's virtually no competition. It'll give you financial freedom and time freedom, and it's ultimately going to give you the biggest amount of money, the most amount of profit in real estate. All right, I hope that explains what type of real estate strategy makes you the most amount of money. Guys, if I can make a recommendation, pick the path that excites you the most. What is it that you're looking to build? Are you looking for financial freedom? Are you looking for time freedom? Are you looking for geography freedom? Are you looking for no competition and something simple? Then that's land. Do you have a bunch of money? Do you have a bunch of lenders willing to help you, with your projects? Then that's buying an ugly old dirty cat pee house and fixing it up and flipping it. Or maybe you want to start in wholesaling. You can wholesale land contracts or house contracts. Guys, there's so many avenues you can take in real estate. So pick the path that really turns you on and excites you the most and continuously do it, and eventually you'll evolve into what path is best for you.